Adis, you're muted.
And this is how you start a webinar series.
Exactly,
Muted.
live.
Welcome to the new beautiful world of the online communications, which is also going to be one of our first topics. What do you think of online events? Hey, let's start again. Welcome everyone to the very first edition of the In Control webinar, which will be hosted with my great co-host Edyta Gorzon and myself. And each webinar, we are going to have a very special guest who is somebody very special in the events industry. So the webinar itself, it will be about events industry, about events, about event tech, and about the problems and solutions that people who are working in this industry are facing every day. Yeah, basically we can say every day. As Mira just told, my name is Adis Jugo. I'm 2002. I have been asked for the first time by Microsoft to present a session at a huge Microsoft event in front of 300 people. I was like, I cannot do that. I have been convinced that I can, and I have done that, and since then I basically did not stop. I have counted the other day. I have presented almost 600 sessions over the past 22 years. That's a long time to be on the stage or around the stage. I have, since 2012, I'm organizing two large events which are affiliated with Microsoft: European Collaboration Summit and European Cloud Summit, with altogether 4,000 people. So I know the industry from the organizer perspective for good 11 years now. And I have been in the sponsor role also, I would say many times in my life, less than in those two roles, but I have also been in the sponsor role. And since 2020, I'm with my company together, of course, building the event management platform, Run Events. So I can say I'm in the event industry from the four completely different sides. And now something that you did not know, Eddie. I have first time heard the name Edyta Gorzon in 2015, when you were still working with Datapolis, and you guys wanted to sponsor European Collaboration Summit, which was back then called SPC Adriatics.
Oh, what a surprise.
It was 15 or 16, I think it was 15. And I remember Nena forwarding me an email and saying, hey, we have a potential sponsor. There's a lady in Warsaw in Poland, Edyta Gorzon. We should talk to them. It did not work out back then, but in the past 8 years, since I have first heard the name, to now Edyta and me first became great colleagues, the great friends, and now colleagues within the company. Eddie.
Thank you so much. What a surprise. Thank you so much for sharing this story. Welcome, everybody. We're very happy that you decided to spend this time with us and learn a little bit about our experiences, and also feel free to share your comments. A few words about myself. As Adis mentioned, we know each other since a while. My name is Edyta Gorzon, and I'm a very happy person who is a part of Run Events team as a customer success representative. And yeah, I'm also strongly connected with Microsoft community. And when today I started to think when it has started, it was around 2015. You're right, Adis, 2016. Basically, the first event I have started as a part of Microsoft community, it was 2016. Very first small event in Warsaw in Microsoft Office. And yeah, until that time, till today, I do organize some community events, and I'm also very proud to be a part of European Collaboration Summit and Cloud Summit, the largest events around Microsoft technologies in the world, right?
Yep, they are.
uh, they really are. And of course, we have also Mira on the call. We are very lucky ones to have such a perfect guest for our very first webinar. So, Mira, if you could introduce yourself and also share your story about your events and experience with that.
Well, I guess I'm the youngest one among us three, because my experiences in events started with DynamicsMinds this year in 2023. 23, yes, we had the first one, but before that, what I organized was kids' birthday parties, which meant plus people, that was maximum. So yeah.
But those things are not easy to organize, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, you must not limit them. It is actually very similar with the conferences as well. You have to put out, like, create a safe environment for creativity, and then they just, create out of themselves. So, yeah.
You know what? I would claim that organizing a big event takes more stress on pre-event time and post-event time. But during the event time, the operations time, I think that the children's birthdays are even more stressful than events. Believe me, I got 2 kids myself. I know what I'm talking of.
Oh, yes. Keeping them all alive, right? So,
yeah. And partly happy. So what I'm really happy to say now that we are actually calling into this webinar from 3 different European countries, from 3 different European cities. I'm in Germany, Ed is in Warsaw, Mira is in Slovenia, and this is how it all works and how it all should be. One more thing which I forgot to say in announcement: these webinars are not going to be particularly neither about run events, neither about events that Eddie and me are organizing. They really are going to be about events, about event technology, and about issues that event organizers are facing. We might mention now and then few snippets and few bits what run events can do for you, but this is not about pure marketing and showing off the demos and functions. Right. Mira, I can remember very well when I have been called by you and by Jure to say, hey, we want to create an event in Slovenia. It's also an IT event, DynamicsMinds. Everybody, DynamicsMinds.com. If you are into Microsoft Dynamics or Microsoft Power Platform, that's the place to be in the late May 2024. And if we can use run events back then. And I remember that my very, very first question to you and to you was like, so is this going to be an online event? And I can immediately remember Jure's frown on his face. He was just looking at me, and you had your famous no. So when you guys envisioned the DynamicsMinds, what were your first ideas? Because we are speaking about end of COVID times, let's say, or the late COVID times, or if we see the end of COVID pandemic, because COVID times are still there, as we know. Eddie had COVID just the last week. Luckily, not anymore at that difficult as it was back in those. But we speak about late pandemic times, and here I get call from you and Jure about organizing an in-person event. Can you tell us your ideas, your worries, what's going to happen, how it's going to be? Are we doing this online, hybrid, in-person, very in-person? I'm sure you had like a million of those questions in your minds when you started doing that.
Yeah, actually we didn't. I mean, we wanted to in person, and that was it, right? So
why in person?
Well, it is one thing I have to read it because I have to quote my colleague. I really like the sentence, that the definition, the quote. She said, "Corona taught us to choose the format based on a goal we have in mind, and we really wanted to build awareness, and we wanted to this wider aspect of the event, right? And if you go in virtual, you do. I mean, that is how we came up on brainstorming. It is more like cherishing, educating, but specific area leads, etc. So you are really specific within in-person events. You are wider. You do more human interaction. It's wider aspect of the event. So yes, for us it was absolutely in person, because we missed it. Like, really, that was the idea, over a cup of coffee. There are no F&O events. Oh, let's organize one. And we thought this will be just a few emails we will send out, everything. And then it was like overwhelming. So, yeah.
But if I may ask you, how many
Yeah.
online events did you visit during the pandemic times? How many online events have you seen? How many online events did you attend?
Me personally, I'm introvert, right? And I had 3 teenage kids at home, like for the whole period of time. For me, this was like, oh my God, blessing from the sky. Like really the best time ever. So because they were at home and we had fun. So, but online events for me personally, I don't remember. This is like a long time ago. Though I'm still young, but I don't remember really. Actually, I listen to the recording of the events. So I don't know. Maybe Edyta has more insight of it, but
Edyta,
Yeah,
how
it's a
many
good.
online events did you attend or organize for that matter?
Yeah, for sure. I organized one, and it was quite good timing because it was short when the pandemic season has been announced. So we haven't had much struggles to attract people. Uh, but later, I knew it that after the first event there is no go for the future. Simply, these human interactions were missing. This is what events are about. It's about content. Of course, it's about networking, but how to network and how to really connect, build friendships online. I'm not good at this, and I think that I'm rather extrovert instead of introvert, and I didn't know how to find myself in this reality. Therefore, I haven't had the real passion for organizing online events. I'm very honest. Sorry if I said something bad.
That's perfectly fine.
But if you're asking me how many events I have joined as attendee, I would say I've been joining maybe a few. If there was a session or something specifically what was interesting for me, just to see the specific content, even not the entire session, maybe just some pieces from the session, and that's it. And frankly, it's also not good behavior, but I cannot sit in front of the computer longer than my working time. So if there was any event after 5 p.m., I simply didn't want to join because I want to go out, I want to do something, I want to move, and I simply can't focus because I'm staring on the screen the entire day. But even if I stayed longer, I couldn't focus. I was checking 100 different things in the meantime. Sorry about
Mira
that.
just told me one thing. Sorry, Mira.
yeah, I have a recipe. If you cannot focus, you can clean the house and listen to the
I
online
tried.
events and podcast.
Here we
Yeah,
go with it. Here we go. But honestly, Mira told me one thing which I actually not didn't even consider in preparation for this webinar. Is like I wouldn't visit it. I would get the recording later,
yeah.
and that's actually the saddest thing everybody ever said about online events, and also the the most truthful thing everybody said about online event, because I have seen myself. I mean, for the fact when we were almost done with the preparation for European Collaboration Summit 2020 when the whole pandemic broke out. I mean, the breakdown in Germany started in the second. The lockdown in Germany started in the second week of March, and we had an event in the beginning of May, so it was less than 2 months before the events. So you can imagine we have been completely prepared. So we did an online event, and we even had 8,000 attendees, which was, if you look at the numbers,
Big.
they were great. But I have been talking to our sponsors after the event, and one thing, we did not just change the format from in person to online. We said we are postponing in person event, and to fill the gap, we are putting an online thing. So we did not just say, yeah, whatever, we are just converting the format. That was not what we wanted. But all of our sponsors said, like, yeah, great that you did it, guys. Great for the awareness. But we are sponsoring it only because it's you, because we are with you for the past 8 or 9 years. We want you to go through these difficult times, but it doesn't bring anything to us. And I have had a sponsor from the company that they actually used to work for before, who have openly told us we are not going to sponsor any online events until somebody figures out Expo in online. And to this date, and to my knowledge, nobody has ever figured on an online Expo. And we cannot really ignore the fact that sponsors and exhibitors are a very important part of the whole ecosystem that we are working on. And if you eliminate this factor by not giving them any incentive to be there, and if we hear that attendees are actually, as Mira just said, basically just listening to the sessions after they have happened, isn't it the truth that that everything that stays out of online events is basically a YouTube channel?
Yeah, for me, but you don't. I'm not the mass of people, so.
I don't know, Eddie, your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, well said. Very good comparison. It's like YouTube after. Yeah, for me, there were very challenging times. I mean, at the beginning, it was nice to have everything online and quite easy access. But as I said, for real human interactions, and I believe that conferences are built for that, it was missing on every layer, on every
Right, but even
floor.
that part which all of us tried somehow to figure, and which would be basically, okay, let's have an open chat where we can chat among each other attendees and with the speakers. That also didn't really work well, because I have caught myself so many times while attending an online event that I actually have it open on one monitor and I'm doing something completely different to different monitor. And like from time to time, it would just trigger, the sound would trigger me. Oh yeah, okay, and whatever. And then I continue working on what I was doing. So I'm asking myself, from our 8,000 attendees, which we have registered there, and all nice and all good, how many of them have really attended the sessions, and how many have been just registered and maybe like me listen to recording, or like myself actually working and paying from time to time attention to what's happening on the second monitor.
Yeah, true. And how to animate them to listen, actually. Okay, when I was listening, I was really listening. I was not half listening, as you mentioned, right? I was cleaning and listening, so it's a full focus. But otherwise, the question is how to motivate the crowd, like to engage and stuff. Oh, we lost
Eddie. Doesn't matter. It's just two of us talking until she comes back.
Yeah, she'll come back. How to motivate online because you in person you see people, you see meta communication, right? And
of course,
yeah, but online you cannot do that. I mean, through chat, if you can manage to read chat as well while you are having a presentation, so it's quite a load for a speaker.
I really think that you cannot be both presenting and reading chat.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be possible at all. But I think this is exactly one of the things which is going on there. At least when you're presenting online, you've got the eye contact and you've got everything. So this is just the way why in-person events are so much better. And even with the online events, we had the whole vocabulary around it. For the first time in my life, I heard the expression like Zoom fatigue, which basically means you are sitting the whole day in front of your screen and looking on the online meeting. Well, now I can for myself, I can maybe claim the same, just being Teams fatigue, but for whole different reasons. But yeah, the whole this thing, let's meet just online. It's as good. It shows us that it has not been as good, and that online events right now are not. Nobody wants to do them now. But let me be the devil's lawyer to break one other thing. I think they will partly come back, and I think
in what way?
We are losing Edyta. I don't know what's going on with her internet connection right now.
Yeah.
there were some aspects of the online events which were good. And it's not like everything was bad that we have learned. We are now completely sick and tired of that. And there is Edyta. Let me bring her back to the stage. Eddie, everything good on your side from technical perspective? Eddie? Nah.
That's a real life downside of.
There's a real life downside of the online event.
Yeah.
You see, this is the real flavor of online events.
Yeah.
All of these platforms.
All of these platforms. But I mean, there are things we have learned. I think that we will see a rebound of the online events to a degree. I think we will see some of the really good aspects of those, which were good. I mean, we speak of the world in 2023. Online events, especially for the large international events, they are dramatically reducing carbon footprint. I mean, it's one thing when you don't have thousands of people flying over the ocean. That isn't serious issue. Then online events also do tackle a question of inclusivity in a way that not everybody can not everybody could even attend to event. Even if we speak about company event, in-person event, company event. Eddie, for example, Eddie and me are coming from the Microsoft ecosystem. We will know that not everybody can afford a flight to Seattle to be at the MVP Summit. It's just the fact as it is. Online events do have some good sides to that, and we will see them rebounding for those good sides. But I don't think that we will ever see them being as dominant and basically the only thing we could do, as we have seen that is in 2020 and 2021. I don't think that those times will be coming back.
It also depends what you are targeting with as I said before, as Lara was thinking, I really liked her like separating the goal. If you really like want to educate on specifics, or like with this Microsoft events, that you share specific information, and it's different than what you do in person. So I mean, at least a bit. So it's what are you targeting? So probably this will be the gap that will like fulfill the online events.
That might be the truth. But then again, in the same time, what will never be able to replace is like this summer when I have happened to be at the same event with you colleagues Mira, Jure, and Dana, and just over a coffee we have agreed about 20 things that we are going to do together. And this is not something you do. This is not something you do with online events. Okay, at least in the comments we have people from North Dakota, from Hamburg, from Belgrade, from Prague, from everywhere listening to us. Thanks everybody being there. Lovely to have you with us. Let's go on something more accurate now. Let's go with this era of the exclusive online events is forever behind us. It's not coming back. Mira, how are you guys doing marketing? I know some things, but I want you to tell us. And what are you doing related to the online marketing, the paid marketing?
Did you call me? Yeah. Did you call me? Because I was coughing for the second. You, Edyta, or who?
No, I did call you for now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All good.
Okay.
I have a cold, and yeah. I mean, of course, how do we do it differently? Marketing. I mean, we do the same regular strategies and so on. We do plan it. We do plan campaigns. We have a lean approach to try it and to pull it out, or like not to put it in too much. But there's one, as Spila said, our marketing data geek. She said that there's a bigger concern than wasting money is how you cannot measure how much will you lose if you are not present, right, with marketing. but marketing is not sales. So this is something that we learn actually within the event. You have to have people to go to the companies to it is separate. So yeah, I mean, by analyzing data, what we do, and then adopt. And we are crazy, We just leave creativity out, and it's yeah. So
you guys have one of the best marketing I have seen. Eddie, you are completely in charge, and I know that for a fact about the marketing of European Collaboration Summit and European Cloud Summit. What are the both events do in that regard? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Oh gosh, there are different activities to really stay present in community minds that we are there. Unless the conference is happening once a year. So of course we are pushing harder before the event and during the event, but the entire year we must show what we're doing and what kind of value we're bringing. And of course we're actively promoting ourselves through different channels. Of course, different social medias, newsletters, and so on. But I see at least one challenge for marketers who are responsible for running different conferences and events. Basically, return on investment. How to make sure that all the activities, how they are matching the current ticket sales, no matter if those are paid or free tickets, but what's the turnover? And I believe that this is the biggest challenge we're facing from the marketing perspective. What would you say, Adis?
I would completely agree with you on this one. And while I'm maintaining that what Mira said is truth, marketing is not sales, because a lot of marketing activities do not cause direct ticket sales. This is all the Mira is moving left and right to avoid this.
I'm agile.
You would still like to know what's actually going on with your marketing sales. If you have paid, let's say, very often you're running few campaigns parallel. Some of them are paid campaigns where you actually invest money. Some of them are organic campaigns. Some of them are influencer campaigns. There are all different things that you are running in parallel most of the times. But you would, at some point of time, you would want to know if the paid campaigns did cause some direct sales. What you will never know if paid campaigns have caused some indirect sales, which comes like you see in a commercial, but you are not going as a person. You are going. Your company is basically sending you to an event. Then you need to ask for the permission. You need to ask for a budget. You need to ask for a time off, and it's very often somebody else buying the ticket on the end of the day for you, not yourself. So this is something that we will never be able to match. But we have a hard technology problem caused by Google by the Google Analytics, which we all use in one or another way from technology perspective. Because Google Analytics stops where the on the cross domain. When you change domain, Google Analytics cannot track your sale. And 99% of the events rely on the different services for ticket sales. So they are not on the same domain. You usually are transferred to some other domain to actually do the ticket checkout and to do the actual payment. So this has been an issue that we have been having for the Collab Summit and Cloud Summit, and then we have taken this train of thought, if I may say, to run events and sit together and say, like, what can we do to change this? What can we do to remove this pain, at least partly, for the direct sales, which we can? And then we had a feature which we have called precision marketing tracking, because what we are doing, when the potential attendees land on the website through a Facebook marketing campaign, a Google marketing campaign, LinkedIn marketing campaign, name them. We are actually trying to take over, or even newsletter and email marketing campaigns. They're perfectly legal. We are trying to take those standardized marketing trackers and take them with us through the whole checkout process and the whole purchase process, so that on the end of the day, we can see what actually worked, what didn't. So if I may show only this short part here, if I would know how to share this screen actually. Yep, sharing screen.
And this is already available? Sorry, I'm curious now. But
this is already available.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
This is definitely already available. Let me show you. Let me actually show you this. So you see here our ticket screen, and you see that beside tickets, you can also see the same beside invoices, that you have seen that this ticket has been came to the paid marketing campaign, which those two were through the Instagram, those two were through Facebook, and we see that that it was through the December Christmas campaign. That we have those two direct ticket marketing sales for that. How does this work? Let me just show you shortly this. Let's try to imagine that we have got a newsletter, not even a marketing, not even Facebook campaign, but or that we have got a newsletter, and in this newsletter we have somewhere the get tickets link. How does it work on our side? We can go to buy any ticket. We not even need to pay. They just go to round. And you see here we have these standardized marketing trackers. Every marketer will know those trackers. Those are not ours. Those are standardized. We speak about UTM search, UTM medium, UTM campaign, etc., etc. What we then do, we actually take this with us on the journey, and we say, hey.
Adis, sorry to interrupt you. You are showing something on the screen, some settings or something, or because we see
just the tickets. Yes.
Yeah. Oh. I'm too curious not to interrupt you.
Okay,
sorry.
You see the tickets now. Okay.
Yes. The tickets, yes.
Now when I say place order, and I'm just going to buy this as an individual, doesn't really matter.
No, we see.
We don't see. We still see. We still the list of tickets from Run Events. Yeah,
okay,
that's why online events are not the best.
This obviously has a leg of a sort. Do you see now? What do you see now?
Same.
The same. How about stop presenting and?
Did we just say that we don't like? Did we just say
This is just the proof. This is the proof, Adis.
Okay, let
I
me
was
try
disconnected
to present
here. This part is not working, so it's just a proof.
Share screen. Let me share entire screen. Maybe it's easier. Share. Do you see this now better?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So what has happened? I have actually gone and bought those tickets.
Okay.
If I come back to my tickets list and refresh it now, where do we have this now? At some point, it takes a few seconds. Some point of time, you are going to see here those tickets have been sold through the email marketing campaign newsletter, December newsletter. So this is the big thing, that when you can basically take your trackers with you and show them to the event organizer, which when they are going to see screen. When they are going to see how that actually worked and what of their marketing campaigns have brought them actual sales. This is really a new thing. This is a kind of changing a bit of a game in ticket sales, showing actually what have worked and what have brought money. Now, obviously, we will never be able to say. Because of the indirect sales, we will never be able to track this completely. It's just the user behavior. It's just corporate policies that the people who actually do go to the events don't buy the tickets. Somebody else buys it for them. So we will never be able to have that all together. But we are going to be able to have that at least to a large degree to actually help to attendees to do this. to organizers to do this. This is, in my opinion, a huge part in helping the organizers actually know what they spend their budget, the marketing budget on. So they can either increase the marketing budget or fire them or completely sack the marketing team. So let's hope that increasing the budget is going to be the result. But this is basically where we will be providing data to the marketers. Hey, this worked. This is what works, and this is how you can improve this marketing. And I will use this webinar right now to announce something which is coming in the early Q1 of 2024, which we will be calling influencer campaigns, which basically say that you will be able to utilize your speakers, your sponsors, your current attendees to spend to share their attendance at your event, and using this precision marketing tracking, we'll be able to track which of those influencers have actually brought you new attendees. And then you can reward them either with some proper awards, or you can combine it with our gamification, where you say, hey, when you do that, you get another 500 collab coins, or you get another 10,000 how did you call the coins in DynamicsMinds? You can those widgets.
I forgot. I forgot. Yeah. But, yeah.
So we will be able
normal with DynamicsMinds, but yeah.
So very soon, in the very early 2024, we will be doing the whole influencer marketing and influencer campaigns into run events to help organizers to sell even more tickets, to get even more people registered. That's basically our idea.
Nice. Pretty nice. When did you say, like December 15th or?
No, this now, the precision marketing you can have now.
Yeah.
You're actually going to have it within a week. You guys will also be able to use that for the precision marketing tracking, and for the influencer campaigns, it's going to be early January.
Nice. You know what we used as a workaround? This custom field. Where did you find about us? But this was not for, that was just like identifying the channel, whoever. It was not a mandatory field, but it gave us some insight. Not the perfect one, but yeah.
It does, but it basically only gives you insight of the existing attendees.
Yeah.
It does not broaden your reach. What we are trying to do is to help you broaden the reach, to expand the bubble.
Nice.
And that's where we are going to put a lot of efforts in the next times.
Yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself, and I keep repeating. I love your backlog. So yeah.
And you know that you are responsible for a good part of that backlog, right?
Oh, I don't know. We just needed to work. So yeah. Nice.
For the people who are attending this webinar, Mira always says she's an introvert. But believe me, when it comes to the filling up our backlog, she is no introvert at all. She's very vocal about that.
Oh wow, you know.
That's good.
I mean, so I have a lot of workarounds. So yeah.
The last topic for today, Mira, for you.
Yeah.
Something we all love: registration and badge printing, especially the badge printing.
Yeah. That's how to make it eco-friendly. That's the main concern that we have actually for 24, because it's not such a big conference. It's 1.2K of attendees, right? But then if you look at the waste, it's still, you leave a footprint, right? What we were thinking actually in what direction, like to use recycled paper and to use recycled linears. Then we were even brainstorming how to do it only, not virtually, but
digitally,
like via the app. But the main point is there's no way you can remember all the people, right? And it's so unpolite to forget your name. Like meeting you the third time and you this badge really helps you. Or then I think Spela came with some kind of electronic device, like to be reusable on several, but that was more like a joke. And then what else we were thinking? One thing you actually mentioned those stickers that are put together. I forgot the
This
expression.
Butterfly.
Yes. I experienced that in South Coast Summit, and I was absolutely impressed. The speed, the everything. What the only concern is, it's almost plastic, right? You cannot recycle it. So
depends what paper you use. I have been now at 2 different events recently. One is was Event Tech Live in London, and they have used that, and the paper was really almost plastic. So I also wasn't really impressed by that thing. But the same thing, for example, I have seen many different events, including ESPC or different. They use a paper. This is basically a paper which you use, but it's tear-resistant paper. You cannot even if you want. I mean, you really need to put a lot of force into this to actually tear it, which is almost basically impossible. And this might be an answer because this is paper. This is an easily recyclable. The advantage is if you print it directly during the registration, then you also have no waste. So you print only those badges which you actually need. Because I will tell you, we were struggling a lot. Like 5 years ago, we were still having paper badges, which we would put in the plastic bags.
Yeah.
So the first thing we got rid of were those plastic bags, because those are basically not
necessary.
Not really necessary, and not really environment friendly. But the issue really was like where to get the paper, which you can actually not tear. So this is what we have been using here, just using basically thicker paper. And until recently, we have been using we will be printing the templates in the professional print shop, and then we will be using label stickers, label printers, so label sticker printers, and just print the QR code, Mira Razman, and company name, and you stick that. But then the issue with that one was that you always print more of those templates you actually need. So, and especially, for example, if you need different templates, as you say, attendee template, speaker template, sponsor template, VIP template, press template, most of the printers will tell you that the smallest quantity they can print is 100 of those badges. You know what? You have 6-7 journalists, and you print 100 of the badges. You know immediately 90 of those you are going to throw away, but you have no chance basically to this one. So that was also okay. It was paper, but it was also a lot of paper waste. For 2 years now, we have gone to this. It's basically a paper, which I would say that there is some kind of fabric inside, which it helps not to get broken. But in the same time, it's not plastic. It doesn't feel like plastic. So I don't see any plastic inside, and there are multiple ways to print those. For what I have seen, you can use it also on the budget, or you can use it on the premium printers. I have seen the printers which are mainly being used are either Zebra printers for budget printing. They look like this. They're perfectly fine. They are just in black and white, because the Zebra is using thermal technology to print those. Or you can go with Epson printers. Epson Colorworks 3500, I think is the printer name, which is an inkjet printer. So it uses standard inkjet technology. It's really fast. It prints one badge in under 10 seconds. So this is something that we are using now to go on demand and to print badges in person during the registration, just to remove the waste. And they're also combinable with those devices that you maybe see behind me, those self-registration kiosks. You can basically a tablet. This is basically an iPad, which runs our Run Event kiosk app, which is then connected wirelessly to the Epson printer, and it immediately prints out the badges, so the people can even use it as a self-service.
So basically, they just scan a code or drop an email on it.
Because you have seen how the Run Events tickets, those codes look like. is basically just it's a QR code. You put the QR code very close to the in front of the screen. It recognizes you and then say, "Okay, hello, Mira, this is your badge," and take your lanyard. And one new thing I have seen, which I really got interesting about, is now in London, the lanyards. Usually the lanyards would have this metal hook, like to put the people. I have seen lanyards of the tear-resistant paper. Which would have kind of hook on them on the paper, and you would put two edges of you would put like if this is the badge.
Like two hands you would put together.
You would put it through here, you would then squeeze it, and it will be basically impossible to take it out anymore. So even for lanyards, we can go away from plastic, use tear-resistant paper, and get rid of metal hooks. I have seen this in London now, and it works like a charm. And I think we are going to use that for the next Collab Summit anyways.
Nice. And this one that you mentioned, those badges you already used in some events? You already used. Nice.
This is just my test badge. I will just for testing our printers and stuff. But this is basically Epson 3500 printer. And this fan-fold paper. There are few companies doing it in Europe. The most known one is a Dutch company called Expo Badge. So from the Expo Badge, you can purchase the empty badges from them. Then you can let me show this shortly. You can then go to share screen, entire screen. I'm going to share this screen again. Then you can go to Run Events. You can design your badge, or you don't even need to use Run Event Badge Designer. You can basically just use Adobe, Affinity, whatever you use, and import your design. And see, this is what you see on the paper is the very same design which is now on the screen. And basically, you need to declare this as a fan-fold badge.
Okay.
So fan-fold means so. What happens is that the second page is then printed in Mira, vice versa. So when you flip them together, you get a badge which is consistent on both sides. Now you can decide if if both sides are going to be the same, front and back side, or if you want to have, I don't know,
something else
on the back side, maybe wireless passport or whatever else. But then you can print page, and this is how this fan-fold badge would actually then look like on the printer. And this is the point where you fold them exactly on this line here. And you just print them. It takes less than 10 seconds to actually do the badge printing. Prepare. I find this to.
Do you? Sorry, I'm curious.
Did you want me to show you something else?
No. Okay. Do you use the ones that have glue in the middle, or are they just two pieces of paper?
It's 2 pieces of paper with very slight amount of glue on it. I mean, there needs to be some glue, obviously. But it doesn't feel like I don't know.
Not eco-friendly.
Not eco-friendly. I mean, the whole thing about those badges is that they are eco-friendly.
You know what I thought about? You could have a map of a venue inside, right? If it could be open, but then I don't know. Never mind. I just half of my brain.
It's not. I mean, at least I didn't need it. They are really thick, so it would take me. It would take me actually a force to separate those 2 pages, which I don't want to do now. So there is some kind of glue inside, obviously, but still, it's a paper. It's a paper and can work as a badge, and people. You are not producing plastic and you are not producing waste. And both of those things are, in my opinion, actually really great achievements on that one.
And not throwing away the money, right?
And not throwing away the money for that. Well, that's basically those printers. You can buy them. I mean, you can have them as an investment and use them from year to year, or you can even rent them. A lot of events are renting those equipment. Then you don't have those issues with storing them, maintaining them, buying the toner or whatever, buying the ink. You can just rent them and send them back when you're finished. they're all, regardless which printer you use, they're fully integrated with run events. So we don't even care about the printer itself. We just care about paper size. You need to decide the paper size properly and it's going to work out of the box. That's not a big issue. But I think this is the right way to solve the issue of producing waste during the events. And in combination with the self-service check-in, you are even reducing the wait time for your attendees and even the need for the number of the desks, registration desks that you do. Because we have reduced from 8 registration desks back in the time down to 3, and it works.
Oh, nice.
I mean, some people will still want to go to the registration desk.
Yeah, I saw how fast this self-registration. Yeah. I saw how fast this self-registration is on the South Coast Summit, and I was like really impressed. It's just goes, right?
So this is something that we definitely support out of the box now, and I myself became a huge fan of those fanfold badges. I think they're great. I think that they really serve the purpose. They are great, and they can save a lot of work for us. They can save money for us, but they can help us not to produce waste, which is somehow a big thing for all of us right now, I would say.
Yeah, true that. We and lineards we can crochet out of organic wool. So.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, but it takes time, For 1K lineards, it would be like a job. But,
Anyway, there were no questions from the audience. This is my last waiting with the audience questions. Any comments? Any questions? Isn't Mira great? There's a reason why we wanted Mira to be our first guest. There's really a reason, and you see now she's simply awesome. Thank you for being with us. But if there are no other questions,
thank you for having me.
What? Of course. Eddie, how do you feel after our very first webinar?
I feel great. It was so great, chatting a bit like real friends, talking about different challenges and solutions. This lineards made from paper. This is a good one. I like it a lot.
Yeah, we are definitely going for those.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward for our next talks as run events, just because sharing is caring, and event industry business is quite solid, so there are too many fields to be discovered. Okay,
you already
since
have
we
a
don't
topic
have
for
any...
next one. Mira has a question. You already have a topic for next session. Oh, really? What is it? Come on,
it's
a little bit of teaser.
Something that you would know nothing about. Something that you would not be bothering me about at all. It's speaker registrations, speaker session submissions, content teams, and content selection and publishing content and stuff. You see her? I knew that she would be now smiling. I know that was Mira's
I'm gonna be listening.
specialty on DynamicsMinds the last year. I don't know if you are this year as well into that.
The same. For this session topics, I have to brainstorm with my team. So that's why I quoted Lara and I mentioned Spila because they are the brain.
Yeah, they are good.
So,
they're good. Ladies, a private question before we close this. What are you going to do now for the holiday season? Holiday season, Christmas, New Year's Day, whatever.
No. This is the brainstorming mode.
Should I stay honest, Adis?
No, let's not go there.
Enjoying Christmas time.
No, Edyta, as far as I know, you're going to have a new flat opening party. So we are all invited.
For instance, yes, you are invited, Mira, and I hope to see you in person because we know that with online events.
Definitely. Yeah, we could have a party in Warsaw.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Still invited.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So yeah.
On our side, definitely grandmother visit needs to be. So we'll be in north of Germany during the winter holidays and the holiday season. And I'm actually looking forward to some break. I need some right now.
Days off, huh?
So 5 minutes before our time we can finish, I need now to announce our next webinar from Eddie and me. And we are going to, Mira has already asked me, what's the topic?
Sorry.
All good. All good.
So,
for event organizers, it's always, how do you manage speakers? How do you manage sessions? Excel? Or what do you do? I have seen a lot of systems which tell you, you bring your sessions and speakers in Excel and you can import it. And then when I asked, and how do you bring them to Excel? This is where you see the silence. So managing the whole life cycles of content life. I really like to call it event content life cycle, from opening call for content, from speakers submitting their sessions, from forming the content teams, because content teams can be really multidisciplinary from different people. Our content team was 5 people, and I thought it's decent content team, but then I have seen content team of the DynamicsMinds. You guys are what, 12 people in the content team? Yeah, something like that. So, and where not everybody's rating all sessions. So they all have their own small
buckets, right? Buckets,
where they do those stuff, to publishing this selection, to communicating with speakers, to collecting feedback from the audience to the speakers, and then from speaker sharing their session assets, session materials with the audience. So it's a whole life cycle, it's a whole circle, if you want. And this is going to be our next topic. We already know our next guest, but I'm going to shut up now and not to spoil surprise, which is going to happen sometimes early January. That's a person who is very, very much into what we are talking about, and it will be fun talking to him about that. And that's
we know it's a man. Half puzzle solved.
we need to keep diversity here, Mira. You see? And that's going to be on the 13th of January, very end of January, again with Edyta Gorzon and myself as hosts, and a man being our guest, talking about sessions, speakers, and agenda.
Nice, I'll be listening. And asking questions, right?
You can be asking us as much questions as you want. Hey, thank you everybody for listening. Nice to have you at our first webinar. I think it wasn't that bad. We promise to even try to improve it in the future. Without Mira, it would not be good at all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Like, really, thank you for having me.
And you know what? See you in Slovenia in only a few months.
Oh yes. You're bringing Edyta as well?
I cannot order her to do that. If she wants to come,
I will.
I am invited, right?
Yes. First we have party in your new flat, and then we migrate.
Deal.
Right?
That's how we roll.
Yeah.
Again, everyone, thank you very much. Thanks for being here, and see you in less than 2 months.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice holiday.
Have a great holidays.
Yeah. Bye.